Here with NACA's CEO, Mr. Bruce Marks. It's a pleasure. First and foremost, it's a pleasure that you've given us this opportunity to interview you.
Oh no, thank you.
Absolutely. So I just want to go off by saying, like, the NACA program has been around for how long?
I started it 37 years ago.
37 years ago. You guys are still going strong.
Yes.
I haven't gone through the program. I can just see how you guys each year have, you heard the feedback and reassessed and made it that much more efficient. We're here at the Achieve the Dream event. How did that come about?
During the mortgage crisis, we did these massive Save the Dream events. And we did 144 of the events over 6 years. We would have 20,000, 30,000, some places 40,000 and more people come who are homeowners at risk of losing their homes. Mm-hmm. And we would do these events and we would save people's homes. So they would come in with an unaffordable mortgage payment, leave saving hundreds, sometimes over $1,000 or $2,000 in their monthly mortgage payments. And it got so crazy during the mortgage crisis that we did an event in Palm Beach. And you think it's a wealthy community, mm-hmm. but in essence, there's a lot of working people there. And so we had thousands of people there, and at 3:30 in the morning, people wouldn't leave. So you're literally walking over women huddling their children saying, we're not going to leave until you can save our homes. And we said, now, we started doing it 24 hours a day. So we would do these events for 24 hours a day, 5 days, sometimes 10 days. So that was the model for, during the mortgage crisis. And then we said for the home buying, let's try the same concept. So the concept is, if you're home buyers, let's see if people want to come together and do a one-stop home ownership event. So you go through all 4 steps mm-hmm. in one day. Home buyer workshop, then step 1, step 2, you input your information into the member portal. Step 3, you meet one-on-one with a counselor. Step 4, you meet with a NACA mortgage specialist to be approved for NACA's Best in America mortgage. No down payment, no closing costs, no fees, at a below market fixed rate without consideration of one's credit score. So we did that, but what it is that when you look around at the events and you look here, it's people are seeing each other. So people are coming together as a group saying, well, if that person does it, then I can do that. Right. And it's word of mouth. So virtually everybody here has heard about NACA from family, friends, co-workers, neighbors. That's the best way. That's your trusted advisor out there. Right. And so these events are really extraordinary because it gets to people that need us the most. The counselors are here, they do an extraordinary job, and we get people through the process, often in one day.
And as you said, and for me, I'm a realtor, and I tell all my clients about NACA. What can we do additionally to help spread the NACA name, period? Because I feel like not enough people know about it.
So, one of the things that we did, we had, they had the Baltimore City Council, right? Mm-hmm. They had it in April, right? And they talked about the dollar program. And we said, there's thousands of properties in Baltimore which people can purchase, and through NACA you can provide the financing to renovate the properties. Mm-hmm. So to really advocate to get the city council and the mayor to say, we got to stop doing the same old. I mean, Baltimore is known and has a good track record of being a pretty corrupt city, where politicians are more interested in their own well-being than the people. But clearly, we got close to 1,000 people here who don't pay attention to that. So the fact of the matter, to help get the supply of housing so that people can live in Baltimore. The danger is people, because Baltimore is so dysfunctional, that people are moving out of Baltimore. We got to make sure that people want to stay in Baltimore with affordable home ownership and to move into Baltimore. And we know that the best crime fighter is a homeowner.
Right.
And so when they talk about crime in Baltimore, it's because where does the crime emanate from? From the vacant, dilapidated buildings. That's where it is. Well, let's turn those into homeowners and have so many thousands of crime fighters.
Absolutely. No, you hit it on the nail right there. My last question for you. earlier I heard you mention that you guys are looking at potentially allowing people with like vouchers and things to become homeowners. Can you talk about a little bit about that?
It is so exciting because we call it the HOT PHA, the Home Ownership Through Public Housing Assistance. So people are paying what's called the payment standard to the landlord. Well, let's take that payment standard and pay it for the mortgage. So that means that with a 20-year mortgage, for 15 years of that, that payment gets made by the housing authority. And so after 15 years, that person with a Section 8 is going to have wealth, equity of $150,000 or $200,000. That's life-changing. That's generation-changing. So nothing changes except the payment is switched from the landlord, and we know there's a lot of abusive, predatory landlords out there, to the mortgage payments, and you're generating wealth, but more importantly, you're generating control. They control their housing, they control their destiny for themselves and for generations to come. I mean, we just had a workshop in Newark. We had over 1,000 people there at a workshop who had a Section 8. I mean, so sometimes people look down on people with a Section 8. People work hard. Right. What you're doing is you're supplementing their income.
Absolutely.
Because we should respect the jobs that they do, and we should pay them accordingly, but we don't. But now with Section 8, that's what Section 8 does, and we want to make the HOT PHA with HUD the national standard. So we're excited about doing it in Newark. We want to do it in Baltimore and housing authorities across this country, and that's going to happen. It's going to take off.
Is there anything that we can do to expedite that?
It's to talk to the politicians, to talk to Mayor Scott, to talk to the players out there, saying, we're here to do the right thing. We need those properties to be sold not to a developer, but to homeowners for $1. And then we do the financing to do the renovation. We need the housing authority to say, we want home ownership. We want to eliminate the cycle of government dependency. So we want to do the home ownership program. So it's to advocate. Join NACA in advocating. The politicians don't like it when you are loud, not violent, but when you're loud and you hold them accountable. We hold them accountable.
Thank you, Mr. Marks. We appreciate the opportunity. You guys heard it. They're doing a lot of great things at NACA. Each year it just gets better and better. We got to make sure we support this program. There's nothing out here like it. We appreciate your time.
Thank
you again, and keep doing the great work.
I appreciate it. Thank you.